it won't send police are aiding and abetting my abuser. Then it went off. This is a National Domestic Violence Organization chat because I couldn't place the call on both phones. I think that's that line stalking security. I can't really see that good because of the sun, but I can't call the police on them because the police are probably controlling them. The sun's in my eyes, so I can't see really good who that is. I can't even see really with the phone if you can see it. She won't respond. 6:56. It wouldn't place the call. Police are aiding and abetting my abuse, and I haven't had a response on the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and I could not place the call to them. And this has been a repeated pattern, procedural. It's happened all these years. I've called the police, and since they're aiding and abetting it, they bully, mistreat, and will not investigate themselves. Asking her if she's there, or whoever is, are you there? So I said that they're aiding and abetting, and she says, I'm sorry, the police are not holding him accountable. That is disappointing to hear. You're so brave to take the necessary steps to get yourself out of the situation. So she wants to know who my abuser is to me and what barriers have I had in facing when it comes, I'm looking for another device, when it comes to leaving. Once again, I tell her, or he or she, law enforcement is helping him and being used as minions. I love me going into detail about the relationship, 3 hours, and, just wasted time. How did you meet? Tell me more about that. Whenever I try to date online, everybody I talk to, they always have these long delays to where you don't even want to have a chat with them. It's annoying. Whoever I'm texting as my family does the same thing as well. Each time I start recording, the dots go away. And then when I record, you see the dots. But there's no message populating. That's the time that I sent that, and the time now is 7:01. And this is supposed to be a crisis hotline chat for a National Domestic Violence Hotline. Like I said, I could not reach them on the phone. It kept glitching. And then when I finally got through, it said that all the operators were busy. They hack automated systems. All kind of federal charges. You ask me that every day if I have a lighter. And the same thing, I don't smoke. I tell you the same thing every day. No one wants me fleeing abuse. No one on my phone either. This is taunted still. Each time the dots, you see the dots, is 7:02. And when I'm not recording, the dots disappear. She's trying to see if the abuse is physical. Okay, I told her I have been assaulted at domestic violence organizations by police. She wants to know if I've been choked. He uses police as his minions. My freedom has been taken almost 30 times. She wants me to go to this website. And this is the only option that I have. It's website only. I cannot meet them in person. And that is the only reference she is giving me for my abuse. Website only, no in-person services. So I'm asking, what about shelter and other help? And I would prefer in person. A lot of times this would happen because the police would come from nowhere. That's why I had to get the YouTube channel. That's how it's almost 30-something arrests. I just try to flee abuse on my phone. That's what happened at Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inn, I was just calling and they just came on their own. Numerous times they came on their own and they assaulted me and arrested me then. They had Red Roof Inn take the fall for their crime. So I said, what about shelter and other help? I've wasted all this time. In fact, years of this living hell. 7:05, what about shelter and other help? I prefer in person. 7:07, I sent this at 7:05. It's giving me one resource to a place that I can only contact them online. No services outside of online. Website only. No in-person services. Coercive control. Forced into handling business on this hack device to get nowhere. You've experienced it like it was during COVID. That's how my life is. But you had opportunity to get your business resolved. They enforced that I can't get mine resolved. 708 and 705. What about shelter? I'm not going to upload how my phone would not let me place the call and, all the things that were going on with the automated system. I just think it'd be a waste of time. This is why I can't date online. It's the same thing. 704, 705 that was sent. It's 709, and she's not even typing anything. So I said, are you there? What is your name? And operator ID. So she's wasting my time. Does he do things like threaten you with a gun or point it at you? And she's deflecting off what's your name and operator ID. So we have yet, out of all this time, to discuss me getting anywhere. All she wants me to do is talk about the situation and the strategizing to keep me from the resources that I'm chatting with her for. Like everywhere else I've called. I said, can I have in-person resources, please? I don't want to go over the conversation again. How's that relevant? She gave me one number that I can only talk to someone, website only. And I said, can I have in-person resources? And now she needs to go over me to go over the situation again. Has he pointed a gun at you? Has he threatened you with his gun or pointed at you? His minion did. Wolf. It didn't record. This is why I don't know who I'm talking to when it's my family. The minions on the YouTube channel, dating online, it's all controlled. Sun's coming out where you can barely see it. That's my message. Can I have in-person resources, please? Someone's remotely controlling my device now. 7-11. It's 7-13. So she says that she's still unclear of what I need as an advocate, and I'm expressing to her what I've experienced. So I told her I need he or she that I need all the help that I can get. I'm blackballed from all help. She said she was unclear about the resources and help that I needed. I'm probably chatting with police right now. I said I really need to be able to get accountability for law enforcement to be able to get proper assistance. And it's glitching. It won't send it. When I'm speaking about police, it's glitching. See, it won't send it. Whenever I'm on church chats, like I like being involved with church situations and groups, and it won't send messages like this on groups either. And then when it don't send, then they'll put me out of the group to cover for what the government has done and make sure I can't get help. This happened in California with the Abruddick church group. They put me out of the Abruddick church group for asking for help. It happened in Dallas with a grief share group, all kinds of groups. A narcissistic group I got put out of. She said she'd help me, and then it glitched, and I never was able to get in the group again. It won't send. I started trying to send it at 7:16. It's 7:17 now. Keep in mind that, my freedom has been taken. I have just been trying to catch the bus, and 7 or 8 police will come up to me and take my freedom. And then they come on their own. Let me show you Red Refund, if this won't send. And I could not stop the police in their abuse. It was came some with assaults, taking my freedom. I get terrorized in jail. They have inmates terrorize me. The guards oppress me. They play games with the food. They'll put me in lockdown. They strategize conflict. Like they called a code because I wanted my stamps and envelopes to write letters. They locked everybody up and then called codes. Then they used that as an opportunity to bully me because they didn't want me writing. They put me in maximum security lockdown, wouldn't let me shower, shackle my hands and feet. When I went to the shower, deprived me of recreation, which is illegal. They deprived me of tissue and feminine hygiene products. Gave me filthy things for like filthy towels to shower and filthy uniforms. If I had commissary, deprived me of the commissary that I purchased. So I'm not getting the resources all these years. But the psychological abuse, the same, the inmates block paths, the guard block paths, and then blame you for it. They scam. It's like sexual abuse. They'll take the shower curtain off and demand that you shower where everybody can see. If you shower, they'll scam that it was something wrong with it, and then they'll fix the shower curtain to where there's no coverage. They brought me clothes. They brought me clothes with someone else's blood in it, or sheets with someone else's blood that have a horrible smell to it. And then you try to force me to use that to have blankets and the cover. My phone is trying to cover 716, and they're scamming that it won't send. But I'm actually speaking with a con artist, chatting with a con artist to begin with. So it's 720, and they're scamming that it won't send. Wasting all this time. In fact, years of this living hell. So someone said they were going to help from an organization, and just with clothes. They wouldn't help, but I guess the police didn't want them helping with clothes because I tried to do a lift. And my phone glitched and wouldn't let me do the lift, and I got arrested for reporting it in Nashville, Tennessee. And the police kept patrolling, and I suspect that they were behind. They were the ones intercepting my ability to use Lyft to get to this location. They didn't want me getting my backpack. It had a lot of evidence in it from when I got terrorized in Victoria. How the inmates were being controlled. Now it's saying reconnect. But I can't reconnect. It went out as, you can see what it's doing. To cover for the fact that they don't want me fleeing abuse and it's being controlled. Just went away from this page and they want to have a random conversation over here. And the scam, you got to start back all the way over to get nowhere. In fact, years of this living hell. And they're charging me a phone bill for services that I can't use. The government's controlling to stay out of prison. Knowing that nobody will believe my story. Federal charges.